Well, there it is. Great morning to the grind where the work gets done, right? Good morning, man. He gave us another day, gave us a new opportunity, gave us a new way, gave us a new energy, gave us a new chance that we can take full advantage of today. My name is KeJohnna Owens. It's the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. Each and every morning, Monday through Friday, Lord say so fit, wakes me up. I get to present some encouraging, motivating, empowering information to inspire you on through your day. Today, we're going to get right back into it. We're talking about mental toughness, mindset to overcome, mindset to get over, mindset to go under, mindset to go around, mindset to do whatever it takes to get to where we want to go. But we got to have somewhere we want to go. And I think having a mental toughness also is important to attach to a why you need to be tough in the first place. The why is such an important part of the embodiment of anything that we want to do in life. It gets you over. It gives you that thing. You know, I always use a mom picking a burning car up off of her child. She probably couldn't do it any other kind of way besides having a why. If it was because she wanted to, she probably couldn't do it. So if you're going through, if you're facing something, face it and deal with it. T.D. Jakes said it best to me. If you're going through hell, don't stop. Keep going. If you're going through it, don't stop in it. Go through it. If you're facing something, face it, deal with it, keep going. You got to do it anyway. Having a why that you got to do it is very important. So let's get into some of that mojo to start the day off. I got that amazing young man on again as we're going to talk about part 2 of mental toughness today. Part 2. Stand by. Little mojo to get the day started. This is the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. And again, I am your guy, KeJohnna Owens. This is The Grind. Good morning.
Mental toughness is a lot different than motivation. Because if I said right now, everybody in here, we're all going to run a half marathon in 5 days. All of us. And we all going, yeah, we're getting fired up. I said, yeah, we're going to start tomorrow at 5 a.m. And everyone's hugging each other. Yes, 5 a.m. We leave. 5 a.m. comes. It's dark. It's cold. Our bed is comfortable. It's hard to get motivated at 5 in the morning. And maybe you do it one day, but again and again, you go do it again and again. That is the X-ray vision. It's seeing through your broken bones to get to your goal. You have to train your brain by doing things that make you uncomfortable consistently to build this mindset that when things get hard, which they will be, we don't shy away, we don't quit, we attack. I'm seeing through all those walls. I'm getting to where I want to go.
You see, I've learned everybody on the face of this planet, they want something. Everybody that comes into this world, they want something. Everybody wants greatness. Everybody wants excellence. But the question is, what are you willing to go through in order to get it? What type of dedication? What type of commitment? What type of sacrifice?
I tell people all the time, if this is not your vision, if you don't see this as part of your real contribution, if it doesn't make you fully alive and express, and it's your real goals, bail. Quit sooner than later. But if you know it's right for you, then resilience is everything. The ability to be resilient toward your dreams, to keep marching on, win the struggle, the trial, the chaos, the frustration, the hurt, the anger, the disappointment, the shame, the regret, the embarrassment. When all that is there and you keep marching on, you know you'll be a successful person. It's the ability to be optimistic enough to know this too shall pass. This time shall change. I will find a way. I will honor my truth and keep pursuing my dreams. Thick and thin, storm or night, I will maintain my march.
Mental toughness says, not only do I climb that doggone mountain, I enjoy climbing the mountain. I get a kick out the mountain. I get a kick out the weights. I get a kick out of going up against the number one team. I get a kick out of fatigue. I get a kick out of the grind. I get a kick out of it.
I hope that you understand that every single person that you look at, every single person that you admire, every single person that you aspire to be like is literally just a regular human fucking being like you that has worked their motherfucking ass off.
Now, it's going to be hard. Understand that. It's going to be very hard. But you ain't got nothing else to do. Because let me tell you something about being not successful. Being not successful, that's really hard. So you might as well apply yourself to something that has a benefit.
And what some of you doing wrong, you play the game, but you not the game. You play football, but you not football. You got to go all in. You take advantage of this opportunity. You let everything else go. You eat different. You study different. You practice different.
That is something that is built and ingrained into a successful person, not because they were lucky with it, not because they grew up with it, because they developed it. By doing it once, they did it again, they did it again, they did it again. The more bold and courageous you are, the more bold and courageous you'll be in the future. The more confident you are today, the more confident you'll be in the future. The more you overcome yesterday's struggles today, the more you'll be able to overcome the bigger struggles tomorrow. Never forget these things. Keep marching, my friend.
I'm going to get ready to bring on my good friend, Mr. Kelton, Boss I Quit Alexander. You've seen him before. You've heard him on the podcast. You may have met him out in the community. It's an honor and a privilege to have him on this platform to share the expertise in business development, personal business development, and just a man on a mission to help people. And he brought to me mental toughness. So we've been doing this as part 2 of a series right here. In his own words, I'm going to allow him to share this brief cut right here. Stand by.
Like we always do at this time. Swoosh. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody, no matter where you may be in the world. This is Kelton Gazelle, Boss I Quit Alexander, Video Network, Boss I Quit. Your telecommuting, video, internet lifestyle, teacher, leader, mentor, and certified licensed business and financial literacy coach, helping you to fire that boss, which is anything that won't allow you to leverage your most precious commodity, which is your time, more effectively. Let me ask you a question. If it were to describe your quality of life, how do you feel about the word average? Well, when you look up the word average, you see words like typical, ordinary, common, neither very good nor very bad, only, mediocre, fair, ordinary, moderate. So here's another question. Is that what you want? Consider these following statistics. The average worker reads an average of less than 1 book a year and works an average of 37.5 hours a week. This same person makes 319 times less money than the top CEOs in the United States who claim to read more than 60 books a year. Well, if you're ready to bust out of average, if you're ready to do something extraordinary, you definitely want to tune in to our next webcast.
There he is right there, my man, Kelton, Boss I Quit Alexander. Great morning to you, sir.
Yes. Great morning to you, sir. Good to be on the grind with you today.
My man, absolutely. We had you on. We had to get back onto it. And we talked about the mental toughness and just that take right there. Share what made you, share or bring to us this mental toughness piece, especially in this time of the year.
Well, from a spiritual and godly aspect, I realized that God has a way of doing things, and those ways are excellent. And the way God feels about average if you look in the book of Revelation, it says, I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I could wish you were cold or hot. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will vomit you out of my mouth. But at the same time, think about this for a second. In Ephesians 3:20, it says, now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. So that right there was enough for me to abandon the concept of average from anything I was under my consideration. So I found out, KeJohnna, that average is a failing formula. And then a couple of decades ago, I came across this book right here, which is called The 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, The Thought Processes, Habits, and Philosophies of the Great Ones by Mr. Steve Siebold, Siebold. So if you're watching this, I highly suggest that you go to Amazon and get this book. So when you talk about part 2, well, guess what? There are 175 more parts to this mental toughness thing.
Yeah, they say there's a, I guess, phrase or question, how do you eat an elephant, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. We just go get some bite-sized tidbits of information to help some people. I admire your mental toughness to apply, principles. Or sometimes you got to be mental tough, especially when you're in a coaching, a training, and developmental position. So if you will, I'll share a little bit about, what made you bring this topic to the forefront and get into the meat of the matter, sir.
Well, KeJohnna, there's this demon running around at a high capacity and a high rate, and it's called average, right? The battle is against average. And why is that? Because average is a failing formula. There's another book that I'm sure that you probably have either in your library or you're about to get, and it's called the 10X Rule. And it's written by Grant Cardone, Cardone. And in his book, he said that average is a failing formula. Why is that? I'm glad you asked me. He said average never yields anything more than average, and usually much less. He said average thinking and actions will only guarantee you misery, great distress, or discomfort of mind or body. I took notes in that video that you played, KeJohnna, and one of the things, I think it was Steve Harvey, he said, being not successful, that's really hard. So if you want uncertainty, failure, great distress, or discomfort of mind and body, you want to get to know average. But if you want to break out of that, then what we have to do is we have to rid ourselves of everything that is average, including the advice that we get from our friends, family, people that we know, love, and care about. And you may say that's kind of tough. But remember, success is our duty, our obligation, and our responsibility. And since there's no shortage of success, any apparent limitations that we are experiencing right now, KeJohnna, is the result of thinking and acting average. So what we got to do is we got to rid ourselves of every concept of average. See, if we study what average people do, don't do that. If we prohibit ourselves and our team from considering anything average as an option, we need to nip that in the bud, as my mother taught me. So we need to surround ourselves with exceptional thinkers and exceptional doers. And that's what we do every morning when we get together on this podcast. Every time that we get together at our Chamber of Commerce, every time that the sole of our foot steps outside the doors of the building that we live in. Do you know that the Bible says that the mountains and the trees and all of nature is our audience and are clapping their hands for us? That ain't average, is it? So we want to let our friends and our family and our work associates know that we treat average like a terminal disease. It is an enemy. It is trying to kill us. See, remember, average anything will never get us to an extraordinary life. Now, I'm, Going to go into the second mental toughness secret in a minute, but I got to let everybody know that anything that we give only average amounts of attention to will start to subside and will eventually cease to exist. That's important to know. See, companies, industries, artists, products, and individuals who continue into the future successfully, I found out that they are the ones that approach every activity with the outlook that average is just not good enough. Average language is just not good enough. So we need to change our commitment and our thinking to be far above any concepts of average, and that's where mental toughness comes in. And when that happens, guess what? Our friends and our family will start to change. Our results will start to improve. We'll find ourselves getting much more luckier, if you want to call it. And we may experience time flying by because the actions we're taking begin to improve and our associations with the type of people begin to improve. So if you look around, chances are right now you'll see a world filled with average, which is the acceptable level of activity upon which the middle class is built. But here's what's funny about that, KeJohnna. The middle class has become extinct. You either have or you don't have. There is no middle class because the middle class leads to debt. It leads to consumer debt, legal debt, what do you call that? Medical debt, right? Consumer debt, right? Because members of the middle class are so unable to get their heads above water for the times that we live in right now. People are living longer than the amount of money they got in the bank. Entire companies and industries are being wiped out as a result of average products, average management, average workers, average actions, and average thinking. So this addiction to average can kill the possibility of us making our dreams a reality, KeJohnna. See, any undertaking that accepts average will fail you sooner or later. Grant Cardone said anything conducted in standard amounts simply won't get the job done, and the normal levels of action at which most people operate, KeJohnna failed to take into account the effects of various forces such as gravity, age, resistance, timing, and the unexpected. Because when average amounts and average actions hit any resistance, competition, loss, or lack of interest, negative or challenging marketing conditions, or all of that, we will find our project tumbling down. So we always got to do what we do at an excellent level with excellent thinking. And finally, before I get into mental toughness secret number 2, which is a pretty short one, I want y'all all to take into consideration the concerted efforts of individuals and groups who actually impede your efforts. In other words, I want you to think about your closest folks, you know, your peoples, the closest folks around you. And I want you to snap a picture in your mind and take inventory of any of those people who are not helping you get to where you need to be, and you're not helping them to get them where they need to be. And I want you X them out of the picture. I want you to X them out of the picture and replace them in your mind and in your plans with people who can actually help you get to where you're going to. So let's get into mental toughness secret number 2, KeJohnna. Mental toughness secret number 2 says world-class wealth begins with world-class thinking. There is an author and a philosopher that once said, wealth is the product of a man's capacity of his capacity to think. So in other words, if you got out of bed this morning and went to work because you wanted to, you are in control of money. But if you got out of bed this morning because you had to, money is in control of you. I'm going to say that again. If you got out of bed this morning and went to work because you wanted to, you are in control of money. But if you got out of bed this morning because you had to, that means money is in control of you. Even in the wealthiest nation in the world, guys, 99% of the population is being controlled by money. The effect is the lack of money, but the cause is thinking. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest thinkers of our time, this is what he said, KeJohnna. He said, a problem cannot be solved at the level of consciousness in which it occurs. So knowing that, champions like us and champions that we hang around with, what they do is they raise their level of consciousness by studying how the world class creates wealth. The world class. See, the middle class believes formal education is the answer to acquiring wealth, yet very few academics are wealthy, huh? See, they seek all these advanced degrees. They got more degrees than a thermometer, certifications, and are confounded when these things don't bring them riches. They get frustrated. And when we come across them as consultants, this is the state we find them in. But the great ones are strong advocates of higher education too. But they don't believe it has as much to do with acquiring money. I don't remember the last time that I went to the bank. I'm about to pick up a car today, and when I was applying for the short-term loan for the vehicle, they didn't ask for my grade point average. They asked to see my financial statements. So while the great ones are strong advocates of higher education, they say money ain't got nothing to do with that. The only education I need to know is how money works. See, the middle class trades time for money, but the world class trades ideas that solve problems for money. See, money flows like water from ideas, and the middle class often scorns the world class out of frustration over a lack of money, yet the answer to earning more than they can spend has been in their lap the whole time. It's called ideas, and it's such a simple concept that the majority misses it. See, money and cash are two different things. Cash is the result of money. Money is an idea or a process that has a system attached to it that generates money. See the difference? So the poverty class talks about and regurgitates the past. The middle class talks about other people, and the world class talks about ideas. For example, KeJohnna, guess what? If we took that cardboard box that's sitting on the floor right there, and we broke it down to the point where it stretched the cost of windshield of a car, and we could put something over the cardboard, such as somebody's business, or such as some aluminum type of thing that would block the sun from making the dashboard hot. I wonder how much money we can make from people wanting to keep their cars cool in Southern California. We'd be rich because somebody did that, and they got rich because you probably got one of them in your car right now. So in closing, let me share with you. Professional performers, they know money doesn't care which direction it flows in, because they know that the world will bend over backward to make them rich if it will help them solve their problems. Here's a formula for you guys. Are you ready? MS plus MP equals MM. Major solutions to major problems equals major money. See, about 150 years ago, this dude named Karl Marx, he was sure that the working class as a whole would rise up and overcome oppression if they had the chance. But what he didn't figure into the equation was that the poverty-driven thought process of the people was in effect. See, if you give people operating at middle-class consciousness a $1 million opportunity, KeJohnna, they will find a way to make it back. It's called all rivers run back to the ocean. Water seeks its own level. See, when I interview people at the very beginning to assess them, I find out real quick what their mindset is. And if they are in a deep poverty mindset, I don't bring them aboard my team. Because the Bible says if there is first a willing mind, it is accepted according to what one has and not according to what he don't have. So in closing, if the middle class has a limited self-image that helps them find a way to make it back to the middle class, even when $1 billion opportunity is put in front of them, then what we got to do is we got to change the way we think, because the difference has nothing to do with reality. It's all perception in the mind of the performer. So here's our action step for today. Ask yourself this critical thinking question. At what level of monetary success do I feel most comfortable? The poverty class, the middle class, or the world class? Now, where you feel most comfortable reflects your self-image, how you see yourself, and most likely your current situation. So if you want to become wealthier, begin by raising your self-image, by upgrading your self-talk that you use, especially regarding money and finances. So if all you do is chase more money, you're simply attacking the effect. The cause is how you think. And if you improve the cause, the effect will take care of itself. Like we always say at this time, KeJohnna, we'll see at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And like we always do at this time, swoosh, and I'm out.
my name is KeJohnna Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Here's what we do. We help you come up with show ideas, design graphics for your show, set up your podcast studio, and run the back end of your show. So what do? Be ready for your show. Make sure your guests are ready. Log into the virtual studio, turn your cameras on, and go. Not sure you're ready to go live on a monthly or a weekly basis? You can get the Try Us Out Success Special. It's only $97 with free design setup. All you got to do is try us out, and I guarantee you're going to want more. So get set up today with your virtual video podcast studio from Success Express Marketing Solutions. So go online to Success Express MKTG, and we'll get you set up today. Sign up now and get our free ebook, Modern Podcasting, that'll teach you all the techniques you need to know to get your podcast started today.
Powerful nuggets, sir. Absolutely. We're going to get ready to wrap it up and get on out of here, if you will. How we can reach you, how we can catch up with you, take some of the classes you got, whatever you have, man. Let the people know what you do, Mr. Alexander.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to log in to your social media site, whether you receive this by smartphone, text, or email. And the fastest way that you can reach us by setting an appointment with us at Juneteenth Education. Okay, JuneteenthEducation.as.me. So I'm going to type that in the chat. JUNETEENTH, the word education, .as.me. That's how you reach us. Set a time with us so we can assess how we can help you achieve more in life, accelerate the rate of your success, get ahead faster in your business, your career, your ministry, or your profession, go further than where you are right now, reach your goals faster, reach out to those people that need to know, hear, and understand you more. And if you want, earn extraordinary income. Back to you, Coach.
Well, there you are right there, sir. There you are. Got you scrolling across the screen right there, man. Catch up with Mr. Kelton Alexander. Boss, I quit. You just call the boss. You tell him, I'm doing well. I'm doing so well. I won't be back in. You're all right, my man. Glad to have you all. And we're going to most definitely get you back on again. I thank you for
Mental Toughness Secret number 3.
Oh, yeah. We got to do it. Let's set that up on the other side.
On the calendar.
Oh,
See you on the marketing calendar, coach.
Marketing calendar. That's my bad right there. Oh, man. Kelton, Boss I Quit Alexander. That's a great breakdown of mental toughness, the specificity. I love the word. Specificity. I had to work on that. But the specificity of the delivery of facts, stats, things you can go back to and reference for yourself. That's how you take your business to the next level. And yourself. So if you don't take yourself to another level of your business, I don't know what you're going to do with that, because your personal development will never outgrow, your financial development will never outgrow your personal development. If you can't maintain the money you're trying to make, it'll just go somewhere else. And people tell you that all the time. And have an amazing day on purpose. It's Winning Wednesday today. We're on the grind all day long. I'm looking forward to making an impact on the online grind. You catch me and my main man, my guy. We'll be up in the morning, this morning, on Zoom in the other room. You can catch us right there. Take a screenshot of that, whatever you need to do. Catch us on Zoom in the other room as we talk about one of the smartest business projects that I've ever encountered. The ability to own and operate an online travel agency that other people could also do for themselves. Book for yourselves, book for others, and a franchise model business that you get to build a network with. It just makes sense. We'll talk about it on the other side. If you have a chance to zoom into it, catch me on all my different social media outlets, and I'll get you the information if you missed that. And have an amazing day on purpose. On purpose, too. Think about it. On purpose. On purpose. What is the purpose, though? The purpose is what you're passionate about. The purpose is what you keep getting called to. The purpose is what you can't let go of. And that's also your assignment. Fulfill your assignment. Let's get back to work, man. This is the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. I believe that nothing works but the work, and that we must apply the level of the work that we do to match the level of the faith that we have. I'll see you on the other side.